stood up and she mentioned that her grandson had excelled in swimming because of the contributions of Deacon Settles as an instructor. Afterwards, I told him, I said, "You're going to get one of your students in the Olympics yet." And he told me, he said, "You know, I won't be going back this year." The pool opened on Monday, Memorial Day, and for perhaps 20 plus years, 30 plus, he had been at the pool. But now he has retired from that. I've always said that when his journey came to an end, somebody needs to say thank you.
Amen.
I introduced a South Carolina State resolution that says that. Now, they don't have the years right, so you'll just go from there. To recognize and honor Alvin Settles, a teacher in the law-based schools for over 22 years of outstanding service as a swimming instructor in North and Beaufort County. Whereas the members of the South Carolina House of Representatives are grateful for the many years that Alvin Settles has impacted the lives of young people in Beaufort County as a swimming instructor. And whereas in 1979 he began serving as a certified water safety instructor at the newly constructed Laurel Bay swimming pool, and whereas Mr. Settles was influential in establishing and teaching various swimming lessons programmed within the city of Beaufort, when the city of Beaufort built its first and only public outdoor swimming pool at Green Street. He continued to teach swimming there until 2014. And whereas his series of swimming instructions have enabled the program to increase significantly from 50 youth every summer to well over 200 youth and adults enrolled in some form of swimming instruction over the summer months. And whereas many of Mr. Settles' students who never would have been exposed to swimming have the opportunity to learn how to swim have excelled, some of them even becoming lifeguards. And whereas the members of the House of Representatives of South Carolina are grateful for the years of dedication that Alvin Settles has provided skill and expertise in swimming youth of Northern Beaufort County. Now therefore be it resolved by the House of Representatives that the members of the South Carolina House of Representatives, by this resolution, recognize and honor Mr. Alvin Settles for his many years of outstanding service as a swimming instructor in Northern Beaufort County. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be provided to Alvin Settles and is signed and sealed on May 26, 2015. Congratulations.
Wow. Just a few moments of your time. I see so many of my former students out there. So many families that we started this journey together. Really, a lot of you don't know. They say, well, how did you learn how to swim? Well, I grew up in the 50s and 60s in the segregated system of Aiken County. And you have to look at it from God's perspective. And what man meant for bad, God meant for good. They didn't want us going across town, back then to swim at the other pool. So in our community, they built us a a swimming pool and tennis courts and a basketball court. But yet, God had me to be exposed at a very early age. So some of the best swimmers I knew were really black. And I left there, went to South Carolina State University. Saw some of the best swimmers there. Came to Beaufort and went out, I started thinking about a job during the summer and went out to Paris Island and the guys up there said, man, well, you can swim? I said, well, yeah. And I got certified back in the late 70s and from white swimming instructors back then, you had to go to Paris Island back in depot training, and they were all Marines. And your training was from Marines from Mississippi and Alabama. And to say that they tried to drown me was an understatement. But God had it already worked out. Then Laura Bay built the pool, one of the first ones over there for the base pools in the late 70s, and I ended up teaching swimming there. Then Beaufort City decided to build a pool in 81 or so, and went over to Mr. Green. He was a baseball guy, and I walked in, and he was looking for somebody to teach swimming lessons. And I said, well, I know how to swim. And he said, what? And anyway, he hired me, and never came to the pool. He said, we're going to open it up, learn, you teach them. And they built that pool. It was 12 feet deep. A lot of people don't know the old pool where the basketball court is now. 12 feet deep. And the first thing we noticed that most of the kids coming to the pool did not know how to swim. And so we started, a lot of other people there, we started teaching swim lessons, and I started eventually managing the pool. And that pool ran for about 15 years, and then they built the old pool over in Old Dog. So it started settling after about 15 years. Anyway, my wife's giving me the same. Then we built the old pool, the new pool across the street. They flip-flopped, and that was built in '96, and I was teaching. So I think I've taught about thousands of people. I see a lot of families here, and I can go on. I've gotten this thing along, I'm going to stop. But just want you to know what God can do.
Amen.
I really have to look at it as a God journey. And I just want to thank God. It means this really means a lot. When you look at outside people, but when your church folk say thank you, it really means